Good morning and good day, wherever you are. Um, just thought I'd do a quick video. Dan from Spurs Mania, yeah. What can I say? We got lots of speculation going on about things heating up now for Savinho. What a signing he would be. And an opportunist one, again, you could argue. It would free up the possibility of Man City going again Rodrigo, which, to be honest, what a player he is, by the way. But Savinho is a player himself. Talk is that they might be willing to let him go. We've put an initial bid in, apparently, for around 43 million. They want 60 million, so there's quite a gap there in the valuation of, 17 million. I do think 60 is a bit steep. He's probably more in that 50 million ballpark. I think we could, I think there could be something there, and getting him over the line would be fantastic. To have him on the left and Kudus on the right would be amazing. Got a threat down both sides. Both their take on stats are just up there with the best. So yeah, I think that would be a fantastic signing, and that's just come out of the blue recently, hasn't it? I'm all for that. We saw his abilities when he came to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. He absolutely give you doggy nightmares. He tied him in knots on times. Just such a direct threat. His dribbling ability and ability to retain the ball, beat his man, accelerate past people is just, at the age of 21, he is such an exciting player. He's already been capped for Brazil. I just think he would be an amazing signing. And we need, it elevates the quality within the squad straight away. I think he's coming in, he'd be, along with Kudus, heads and shoulders above all the other wingers that we got in the team, which we got quite a few wingers. So yeah, I'd be all up for that, all over that. I'm not getting my hopes up too much, because we know what it's like with Spurs. We show interest. We drag things along, and then it falls through, and then we end up getting a cheaper alternative of similar quality to what we've already got. So I'm not getting my hopes too much high on that. But it's plastered out there, it's everywhere at the moment. The Spanish papers are reporting now that Man City are going in for Rodrigo, which kind of puts weight into maybe there's more to the Savinho thing than just speculation that there is potential for the deal to be there and to go through, and for us to get that over the line. So that would be amazing. So I'm hoping that happens. Fabrizio Romano again is reporting that we're back in for Eze. I just think if that was going to happen, it would have happened way before now. But I don't know, if we outlay on Savinho, are we going to outlay again on Eze? I mean, we need to. It would be amazing to have Savinho on the left, Eze in the middle, and Kudus out on the right. That all of a sudden it looks good on the creative side of things, and you kind of need that playmaker in there, or the player who has the ability to pick out them passes to bring the likes of Savinho and Kudus into the game, and for us to get up the field, which we struggled big time to do in the Bayern game. I know I'm on about the Bayern friendly, but still on the other friendlies as well, and just in general. We saw last season, even when Madison was in the team and what have you, we on times struggled to create and get up that field, you know. So yeah, them two would be absolutely, that would elevate our window a lot more, because at the moment, let's be honest, it's underwhelming. Palhinha, brilliant. Kudus, brilliant business. But it's not enough. It's not enough. If you want to be competitive, look at what everyone else is doing, you know. gap has just got bigger, it seems, even though we've done 2 great pieces of business. You look at all the other business that other clubs are doing, and it's just all the top teams. It's just again, just putting a massive gap in between them and the rest, and it's getting worrying now. We've fallen into that pack of the rest for quite some time now. Let's be honest. The last 2-3 seasons, we need to get back up there, and we need to be to a point where we're competing, certainly for them European positions. Top 4 is just a pipe dream at the moment, it seems, going into the season. I don't know if I've been so underwhelmed going into a season. I know I mentioned that before in the last video, but I think that's the general feeling around the fan base of it's just not, we haven't done enough, and Levy's been giving it the big one that we're going to compete on all fronts again. It's not changing soon. Unless something significant happens now. Even if we get Savinho and Eze, I think that will elevate us more towards the top half of the table. You know, maybe on the cusp of them European play. But still, we need another, even if we get them 2, we could still do with another 1 or 2, you know. And just gutsy, and you know, we got to be, if we're gonna get to the point where the board are talking of where they want to be, then they need to show more hunger in this market and get some quality in. And Frank has touched upon that. He says sometimes less is more. You know, if you can get the quality that elevates that first team 11, that's what you want. You don't want to buy more players of the average quality and add to already, let's be honest, quite an average squad, to be honest with you, an underwhelming squad. And yeah, 17th, I think, wasn't a true reflection, because we ended up going for that Europa League. But let's be honest, we're in the Champions League now this season, so we're still going to have that distraction of Europe. We're still going to have the big nights under the lights and looking to do well in them games, and that's going to take a strain again on the Premier League side of things, unless we can rotate them players and have quality in there of the level that we are afforded that possibility of rotating. So Mikey Moore signed a new deal on his 18th birthday. That's brilliant. Long-term deal. They didn't say how long it's for, but he's obviously gone out on loan to Rangers. Excited for seeing how he's going to do up there now in the Scottish League. I know it's the quality is not anywhere near the Premier League side of things, but like, they're a big fish up there. If Mikey can get regular football and express himself, that's what you want, game time, and for him to go and express what he's capable of, because we saw that in abundance for the under-21s teams and the youth teams, but we didn't see that so much when it came to the first team. There was the odd highlights last season. The home game against AZ Alkmaar, and there was a couple of others where he showed, you know, he's got raw ability. It's just, he needs to harness that now and develop that, and that'll come with regular game time. So a lot of the other youngsters go out on loan, so it seems like now we haven't got people hanging about on the fringes, on the cusp, stepping in as sort of like, not sort of training cones, but, you know, supplementing being in and around the first team training. They want to be out there getting minutes, so that's a positive thing. The only one I'm a bit iffed about is Vuskovic. Apparently, well, he's not been registered for the Super Cup squad now. He's going to be going out somewhere on loan, possibly to Germany. It's rumoured to be going to Hamburg on loan. Again, it'd be brilliant for him to have regular minutes, but for me, he's got enough to be a good option for us there to rotate. We could have a lot of games, I thought him and Danso are good options there. And, it only takes another injury or two to that back line and we're in trouble again. We saw that over the last couple of seasons now. We can't rely upon Romero and Van de Ven to be injury-free for a season. It's not going to happen. I can't see it happening. So we need quality back up there. One of them get injured. I mean, Danso he's a brilliant squad player, and for me, yeah, he's got that quality to step in. And I think Vuskovic, maybe not quite the experience and quality, but certainly he's got enough raw ability. He's got enough about him. He's a unit. He's already built for it. I thought he would have been a good option there to have in and around the team. I'd rather that than... I don't know much about Takai, but he's coming from Asia. The gulfs in the leagues are massive. The Premier League is a whole different ball game. It's going to take him at least 6 months to adapt. I mean, we've heard Sandro say before when he came from Brazil to the Premier League, it took, even though the Brazilian league is a physical league, it took him a long time to bed in and adapt. It took Sonny a season to come in and adapt, and it's a big gap. So I don't know if he's come in injured. I don't know if he's gonna head out on loan, and that we've been linked with another centre back, wanting another centre back. So obviously Frank has looked at Vuskovic and maybe thought, he's not quite there yet. So we gotta trust Frank. We're not going to get another left back by the looks of it, because Frank has spoke about what a good option Davis is, and speaking of in high regards of Davis. So I can't see him getting much minutes, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that one goes. And then, like I said before, it'd be nice to get another centre-forward option in there. I don't think Taylor is a centre-forward. He could become one maybe later on. And we've seen before with players in the past, haven't we? With like Henry, started on the wing and ended up playing up front and developed his game at a later age and played up front. I think Mbappe is the same. We've seen 2 or 3 really good wingers that have gone on to become super strikers, but at a later age, or you need to learn the game more. He struggles with his back to goal. He struggles in the air. He's not really built to play, certainly in that one up front, up top anyway at the moment. So there's a lot to be desired still from him, and a lot of development to do, and hopefully he'll get it. Yeah, just on the Super Cup then. Big game tomorrow. It's good to see Solanke and Udogie being registered in the sides, travelling out to Udine. I do wonder if they are fit enough to play any part at all. We haven't seen much of Solanke in pre-season. Udogie's there, but hopefully they're there to play a part if needed. Hopefully they're fit enough. Only Frank knows that. But again, they deserve to be there as a part of the squad for what they've done in the Europa League. So even if they're on the bench, and if we can potentially lift it, then brilliant for them. That remains to be seen. There's no extra time, which is good. We don't need that extra strain on the team at the moment with this little mini injury crisis that we got at the moment. Well, it's going to be there for a while until we start bringing people in through the door. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how we approach this game in terms of the lineup. We saw against Bayern, it didn't quite work with Johnson on the left. I do wonder if Frank is going to go with a 5-3-2 and put Danso in there alongside Romero and Van de Ven. Have Polo and Spence on the right and left. Cardio in goal. I think we might see Bentancur, Palhinha and Sarr again in the midfield, because let's be honest, Sarr's been on form in pre-season. He deserves his that starting line place, in my opinion. And then I'd like to see Kudus then just behind Richie and just staying close to him and just running off him and trying to make things happening up there. It's gonna be a tough game. I got no expectations going into it. It's a free hit really for us. They're champions of Europe. So they won the Champions League. They absolutely blew Inter Milan away, and we saw what they did to them. Inter Milan were no mugs going into that final after their semi against Barcelona and the 2 ties, and PSG just absolutely obliterated them. So it's going to be a pragmatic approach tomorrow, and I think we'll be just trying to hit on the counter-attacks. So I want to see Kudus maybe more central. Just trying to... Richie needs to be strong tomorrow. He needs to make things stick up there. He needs to just get it, hold it, lay it off to Kudus and let Kudus run with it. And I think that's our best options of making things happen, you know. But yeah, it'd be lovely to win that. But yeah, it's a free hit. I'm not expecting anything. It's a one-off game, 90 minutes. You never know, it could happen. Here's for hoping. They're missing Joe Neves. He picked up a yellow, didn't he? Or did he get red in the World Club Championships? So that carries over. So he's gonna be missing. He's a key player for them. Donnarumma's not gonna be playing. Yeah, they're trying to get him out of the club, so they got a new goalie in. So it'd been good to try and test him early. But yeah, they've only been back for 8 days apparently. On some of their senior players, less than 8 days. But I don't take too much into that, because really that club championship thing, they played the whole tournament, they got to the final, so it's not like they hadn't had any sort of games of late. What was that? That was only up 2 or 3 weeks ago. So they have got, you know, they have had a little break since then. So I'm not taking it as in they're not going to be fit. Of course they're going to be ready. Be interesting to see how they approach it, whether they don't know how serious they're going to take it. And I know we'll be taking it as serious as we can, because it'd be nice, and after getting that taste for that trophy like last season, we want to try and get back another one straight away. Would be amazing. But yeah, I'm excited for the game. Excited to have competitive football back in the mix of things. Looking forward to Burnley as well on Saturday. So season's gonna proper get underway now over these next few days, and it's great to have it back. But come on, Levy needs to kind of give Frank more ammunition going into this season, because yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how we're all feeling as a fan base when that window shuts, and what we're left with and what we got going forward with. It could be exciting, or it could be very underwhelming if things don't develop in these next couple of weeks on the transfer side of things. I think Frank has already given some of his quotes of working with the recruitment team, and they need to do more, and they need to understand what he needs more. And some of the noises that we've had from him in this last week are like, welcome to Spurs. And I think he's kind of getting more to grips with the reality of the situation, and of what it's like being under the board and Levy, and some of the restraints that they can put in. It does feel like they haven't really backed him yet. It feels like the signings have been more opportunist opportunistic rather than proactively, here's a list of targets, let's go and do this, we need to do this, let's do it. It just feels like we're more reactive as usual. And now the Madison injury, again, we're going to be reactive to that. I don't know. Let's see what happens. But if Savinho can be done, brilliant, fantastic. If Vezzy can be done as well, amazing. All of a sudden, the feel-good factor of the fan base goes up significant levels again, and all of a sudden we're excited again. We just need to move that needle, I think. Even if just Savinho or Eze come in now, I think that still moves the needle. But come on, we can still get excited about the prospects of what this season may have in store for us. When you look at all the other fan bases, I'm sure like the likes of Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man U, Newcastle not so much, Aston Villa not so much. You know, there's an opportunity for us to get back in amongst or put ourselves back on the cusp of being the best of the rest and getting a European place. Or maybe, you never know, Frank could... he could be exciting, and he could hit the ground running. We saw the impact Slot had on Liverpool last season without making a signing. You know, so things can happen in football. But the quality of the squad was obviously a lot better with where he took over at Liverpool. So yeah, I'm not getting. Let's just see how things pan out now, and yeah, very excited for the Super Cup tomorrow and the season getting underway again, regardless of what happens in the transfer activity front of things. It's good to have football back again. Come on, you Spurs.